I'm so excited. So excited. So I have partnered in with Emmy from Penventure once more to bring you once more another stunner of a fountain pen. So if you've watched my review that I did of the Visconti Homo Sapiens Penventure pen, then you will know that I partnered in with Emmy for this. I actually have to send this back as soon as I'm done reviewing this pen, and it makes me so sad because he's been so sweet and has let me keep this for several months. And this is one of the best writers I've ever had by far, because Emmy will tune your fountain pens before you ship it out. You just send him an email after you place your order. And I miss it. I miss it already, and I haven't even sent it away. So check out that video if you haven't yet. Stunner. But now. I can't say anymore. I'll get copyrighted. Look at this master of a fountain pen. Holy schmishmolies. So this is a Stipula fountain pen, but the material is that of Jonathan Brooks. It is their primary manipulation material, and holy my goalies. So if you're familiar at all with Jonathan Brooks' partnership with Leonardo Momento Collections, Leonardo Officina Italiana is their brand. They have done many editions now of fountain pens with these guys, but this is the first time they've ever partnered with Stipula. So I'm gonna read, Emmy sent me a note here with a little bit of information. So I'm gonna read a little bit about this pen, if I can stop staring at the gorgeousness that is this pen. Okay, so let's go on a story time, shall we? Okay, yes. Enjoy a taste of my latest collaboration with Stipula in primary manipulation material. This is the prototype, so this is not the final. So there are a few flaws on this pen, but it would not be in your pen should you choose to purchase it. This is my prototype and has some small imperfections, like the strip of glue on the finial, which you can barely notice, like you won't see right now, but you'll see it in the close-up. There's a teeny tiny itty bitty little bit of glue on the top, but that wouldn't be on yours. But in all aspects, a beautiful pen to remember and to have in our museum. What is special about this pen? In the 30-year anniversary of Etruria model, which is this, one of the 3 iconic models of Stipula and the most known. They chose our pen and this opportunity to celebrate. It is our Penventure 3-year anniversary model. Yes, Penventure turned 3 on October 10th. It is one of the first times that Stipula has made a step in the modern direction. They're very conservative, and this whole model was out of the question if I wanted behind this. I'm not sure what that means, but anyways, they end up trusting him a lot. There are quite a few celluloid and resin Etruria faceted pens out there, but this has a different shape, and it is the 10 to 15% bigger, longer, and girthier. So it is more modern in that aspect. Trim and clip and the 6 rings are made in sterling silver. It is exclusive to Penventure, and it's also only made with 50 pieces. So this is the prototype, so it's 0 out of 50, but it is numbered, well, it's 0 out of 50, but it is numbered on the pen, which one you have. Piston is made in metal and everything being built to last. All pens are different, with the parts of this beauty coming together from different bars. So like this, we have more consistency and color patterns if we chose each past before assembly. It is available in a 14 karat Superflex, ultra extra fine, fine, medium, broad, 1.1 millimeter, and 0.9 millimeter. All are flex. So, whoo, baby. Oh, baby. I cannot sing songs, otherwise I'm going to get copyrighted, and I just want this pen video to live forever and ever and ever and ever. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. This material, my goodness gracious. So in certain spots, you can actually see the inner workings of the pen just a little bit. May not necessarily look like that for yours because every pen is going to be different. Every blend of the material is different, but holy smokes, you can see all of the layers. Oh my gosh, and all of the bits that have come together. I literally, I can't stop staring at this pen. Like, it just blows my mind. And what I really, really like is that the engraving on the pen is not super, super noticeable. So like if I just hold this up right here, it doesn't even look like there's any engraving whatsoever. And yet there's two spots that there is actual engraving. So all along this facet here says Stipula made in Italy 00 out of 50. And then on the back of the cap, it actually has Pen Ventures logo, but you can't see it unless like you're really looking at it. So it's a nice treat for you, but nobody else is going to notice that. I mean, nobody else is going to go past just the sheer beauty that is this material. And holy smokes, it feels really substantial in your hand. It is certainly a large pen. It does have some weight to it. The clip itself is fairly stiff. Again, with this being the like demo model, the like pre-production essentially, I don't know if that yours would be exactly that stiff, but this one is fairly stiff. And like I said, there's a little bit of glue on the top, but that would not be there for yours. And then all of it is faceted. The only thing I don't like about the shape of the pen like this is that the piston knob here does turn a little bit. It doesn't activate the mechanism inside the pen, but it does turn just a little. And that does slightly misalign the facets on the piston knob from the rest of the pen. So sometimes that bugs me a little bit, but to be honest, I can overlook that because this is simply stunning. It is, I mean, you can't even really say this is a cigar shape. I mean, technically, I guess you could, in the sense that it does, you know, it's a little bit thinner at the ends. It bulges out in the middle. But I love the facets around it. They're not sharp. They're super smooth. I really like that. I like the 6 rings on the cap, on the trim band here. And I really like the fact that on the inside, it's different material. So like, in between each thing here, it's different colors, different material, and that cannot be easy to do, I imagine. You do unscrew the cap here. It's 1 and a teeny tiny little bit to unscrew the cap. The cap has some pretty good weight to it, but the pen sits really nicely in my hand, and I like that weight. It does add a nice heft, but not so heavy that it's like oppressive. Because even though the piston mechanism is metal, none of the rest of the pen is. So that metal insides gives a nice weight, but it's not too weighty. So for example, like a Kaweco Supra, for example, like this is all metal pen. It is super, super heavy. Kaweco Brass Sport, super, super heavy. This is a nice combination where it's got that heft that feels good in your hand, but it's not going to like tire you out. As far as posting it goes, you can. It doesn't post super, super deep, and I wouldn't really recommend you to, just because it might scratch the material. And because it doesn't post super deep, it becomes very long and then back weighted. So I recommend using it unposted and then you just get to like, you know, keep the cap in your hand like a little buddy. And then what's really nice is that because of the way this like threads on, there's no threads between the grip section and the body of the pen. It's just a nice little graduated step up here because the threads are actually at the base of the grip section, which is really nice because it stops your fingers from slipping and going to where the nib and feed are. The only downside about that, and this is not the only pen that does that, it's not common to have the threads to be at the base, but it's not the only one. The only downside is you have to be a little bit more cognizant when you fill the pen with ink. Because the pen fills at the breather hole, which is at the base of the nib and feed, you have to submerge the pen basically to where the grip section, to where those threads are, and ink does collect in those threads. So you have to be really cognizant of that and really get your, you know, tissue paper, your towel, whatever it is you're using to wipe it off. You have to be really patient to get the ink out of those threads. Unless you don't care about getting your fingers inky, that works too. So really, those are the only two things about the design itself that catch me, is that this spins just a little bit. And I don't know if this is because this is a demo version of the pen. It's a pre-production version. So I'm not sure if this would be in your final product, but this would be. So just keep that in mind. But oh my gosh, not only is this a stunner of a pen visually, but guys, this is probably one of the best writing pens I have ever used in my whole life. Let's show you. I have had one heck of a time trying to film this. So this is actually a little too zoomed in. Hopefully I will be able to get this one to work. All this footage, for whatever reason, keeps coming out. Anyways, you know, the life of a YouTuber. But that is not to take away from the beauty that is this pen. I can't even get this to focus. I mean, as you can tell just by dotting, this is a severely wet pen. Like, it just pools. I mean, look at that. I am in no way going to smear that with my finger because it is literally a puddle of ink. And the reason why is because, check this out. Would you just look at it? It is the best writer I have ever used in my whole gosh darn life. My goodness gracious. The ink is KWC Northern Twilight, which is a Scriptus special. So you can't actually buy it anymore, I don't think. So I'm not going to go too far into it, but it is glorious. And so is this nib. If I had the funds, I would purchase this in a millisecond because my goodness, this is probably the best writer I've ever used in my whole life. I adore the fact that it's super, super, super wet. There is some feedback that you can probably hear, but it is just a whisper, the barest whisper of feedback to let you know that you're actually writing on the page. And it is a really fine line, which is just so nice. And it just is like butter. You do have to put some pressure down in order to flex it out. And this is not my pen, so I'm not gonna go super, super hard. But you can certainly take it within about 3 times bigger. From probably a fine to a double broad, for sure. My goodness, I am absolutely in love with this pen. And even though this video I have had to film and try and upload now for the third time, it is worth it, because this, oh my gosh, I will sorely, sorely miss this pen. But guys, I don't want to end this video now because I love it so much and I don't want to have to send it back. And once I finish this video, I know I'm going to have to, but all good things do come to an end, like this video. So thank you for watching. Hit that like button if you liked it, hit the subscribe if you've yet to do so. And as always, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.